All right, everyone. I'm super excited to be here with the one and only Mr. Paul Alley of Pestmasters out of New York. He's a friend of mine and just super thankful and grateful to have him on here today. So Paul, just to get started, and we're coming to you guys too from Orlando, Pest World 2025. So we're excited to be here.
Absolutely.
Paul, what are some of the things that you are wanting to achieve here at Pest World this week?
See my friends, make some connections. I got a couple meetings lined up and go to the show floor.
Okay.
See all the new innovative stuff that they've come out with.
Have you ever implemented anything in your company that's moved the needle from you that you have found here at
Oh,
Pest World in
absolutely.
the past?
Yeah, we bought vehicles here.
Oh, wow.
We actually bought the first vans from Pest Control when they had it's probably about 5 years ago now.
Okay.
We were the first customer they had. Cryonite, so the stuff that, freeze for bed bugs.
Yeah.
So we bought that a long time ago, many years ago. Pest World's awesome. I enjoy it.
Do you,
I get the
do you find you get
connections.
more value out of the connections and the networking than the actual walking the show floor?
1000%.
Yeah. I think if you come with intention of connecting and networking, I think that is more valuable than just walking the floor. Although there is value in both, I think that's where the value. I know you're a lifetime pest control guy, right?
Yep, going on 38 years, and started in Miami.
Wow.
Miami, Florida, 1987.
And what did you start as originally?
I was a spray tech, baseboard jockey. So that was a term back then. Unfortunately, it's still a term now for some companies.
Not for you, though.
Not for us.
As a matter of fact, I know for the record, you have a pet peeve of a word.
Yes, I do.
And if anybody says that they're going to spray something.
Do not spray, we treat.
That's right.
We don't spray chemicals, we treat with products.
That's right. And if you say the word spray around Paul Alley, he will let you know really, really.
Yes, if you're a professional, I'll let you know. If I let you go, that means I don't have any respect for you.
Oh, wow, that's so good. So you started as a tech in Miami.
Yep.
And did your rest of your career stay in pest control for the rest of your life? So you've just been in it a lifelong?
For all lack of better, yes. Tech in Miami, went from Miami to North Carolina to Texas, Texas to New York. And then from New York, we had an operation in Georgia for a while that we were running remotely.
Pest control operation?
Yeah, yeah.
I did not know that. Was it a Pestmaster franchise?
It was not. We tried to open a branch in Savannah, Georgia. We had a special opportunity given to us because of my connections in New York. We got the contract for Fort Stewart Hunter Army Field Base.
Wow.
So we're doing pest control there, but the Georgia Department of Ag would not give us the name Pestmaster because there was already one there. So we went in as Amy's Pest Control. Amy's my beautiful wife. And we ran that for 2 years, and then it converted to a Pestmaster after we fought the Department of Ag for 2 years.
Oh, wow, man.
And then we turned around and sold it.
I did not know that. Wow.
We were down there strictly, well, we were the Hunter Army Field Base, but that was just a side note. And while we were down there, we got a $250,000 bat job to get rid of the bats down in a public housing unit.
That'll pay a bill or two.
Lived down there for 6 months, just doing bat work every day from a lift.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it
Sounds
was good.
fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. So you've always been entrepreneurial. Didn't you have another business in between you being a
We
technician?
did. We had a little diversion. Back in my hometown of Vero Beach, Florida, we had a candy shop for a little while, Amy and I.
Okay, and that ultimately didn't work out, correct?
That did not work out. Hurricanes and 10-cent hot dogs and ice cream doesn't work really well.
And they say if you want to make everybody happy, sell ice cream. I'm assuming the ice cream shop, even though it failed, was a little easier than running a pest control franchise. Would that be correct?
It was more stressful.
Really?
You know how many hot dogs or ice creams you have to sell to make rent?
I don't. Tell me.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And here we are doing pest control again.
There you go.
37 years.
It's been good to you. So for those that don't know, Paul has the largest Pestmaster franchise in the country.
Yes.
And one of the largest pest control companies in the country.
There's probably about 125 people in front of me that would say no.
Yeah.
To that
So you're almost on the top 100.
Yeah, we're
about
almost to the top
125.
100, which is fine.
And you're looking to do what, about $7 million this year?
Yeah, we'll do.
So
about
you're a big
7.
boy.
Yeah, we're good.
You're doing big things.
Yep.
I want to talk to you a little bit about franchising, Paul, if that's okay, because I know that that's what you have as a Pestmaster franchise. Do you directly contribute all your success or a large portion of your success to having a franchise?
Yes, for the first 15 years. Now, we've been a Pestmaster franchise for 25 years.
Wow.
So we wouldn't be where we were with it if it were not for the early years of Pestmaster being the first 15 to 20 years of Pestmaster. the last 7, 8 years, you could consider us more the franchisor because the franchisees come to us for advice. They don't go to corporate because corporate was bought by a private equity group.
Wow.
And their job is to sell franchises. We just do what we're doing.
So let me ask you a question. Would you say some of the innovative things and some of the systems that you do were not part of the structure of the original franchise that y'all actually pioneered?
Yes.
And that y'all are now bringing and rolling out to the rest of the franchisees throughout the
Yeah,
franchise?
we don't really roll it out. That is a franchisor's job to say, hey, this might work, but we kind of just, they see us by example. So we were the first to use cyanide, first to use a canine for bed bug detection in 2002.
Wow.
We were using canine entomological canine dogs or canine scent detection dogs. First company in New York State as well. And we've had dogs non-stop since then.
Did you originally get the bed bug dogs? Well, you said 2002, so that was even before the big bed bug thing hit, really.
Yeah, they were termite dogs.
Termite dogs.
Termite dogs in 2000.
Because everybody kind of got crazy about bed bugs. What was it,
2010,
about
12,
2010,
15.
12, and then it kind of faded out.
Right,
But I bet you did well during that season when that frenzy was on with them dogs.
Oh yeah, we were like, being the only game in town for a dog was, and it's a marketing tool, right? So just like your business card, the dogs are a tool, and people love it. Who's gonna, I want the dog. Great, $350. You you can run through a hotel room or a small house, 2,000 square foot house, 10 minutes or so. How long is it going to take you to do a visual inspection on a house for bed bugs?
Hour.
Proper.
Hour, two.
Proper. 25 to 45 minutes to do a hotel room. A proper inspection.
Right, to do it the
of
right
a
way.
hotel room.
A professional, let's say a professional inspection.
We're doing hotel rooms in under a minute.
Wow. And how accurate did you find the dog to be
Dogs
overall?
anybody who tells your dog is 100% accurate is lying to you. They're about 90% accurate, and it's also the relationship that's built between the dog and the handler. You can't just have anybody come in and work that dog. It doesn't work that way.
That's interesting. So it's more accurate if they have a better relationship with the handler versus a rookie that they don't have a relationship. The dog may not have the same amount of, as accurate of results.
You come home and there's a broken vase on the ground and there's 4 kids in the room and you're going to interview each one of them. Can you tell when your kid's lying?
Yes, I can.
Dog's the same way. That dog, when your dog is lying. Now if I come home to your house and say, oh shit, Jared's gonna be mad, Sky's gonna be mad, you broke a vase, which one of y'all did it? I'm not gonna know which one's telling the truth or not.
So, man, if that's true, then you're going to have a higher percentage of accuracy with your dog because of how long and how much of a relationship you guys had than maybe somebody trying to get into it or somebody that doesn't have that same level of experience.
Exactly. That's why when you have a dog, it's key to have long-term players.
Wow.
You just don't turn a dog, hey, I'm going to hire you tomorrow, you're going to be my dog handler. Companies do that.
Right.
And that's why police agencies, when the dog retires, they give the dog goes to the handler.
Right.
That's their dog.
So back to franchising, I've seen a trend in our industry lately. There's a lot of ways to grow a pest control company, right? There's door knocking, there's digital, there's acquisition, but I'm seeing a lot of companies, and it's door knocking companies, but it's also traditional companies that are doing digital, but they're starting to use, I find, as a way to grow faster, franchising. I'm seeing more and more of it pop up, right? Whether they're doing like a Chick-fil-A model or a more traditional model, you're seeing a lot of guys start to franchise. What do you think about that from your perspective of having a successful franchise? Do you like seeing that for the industry? Do you think it's one of the best ways to grow? What is your thoughts on that?
I think it's a personal preference for each person who's they know their position, they know how much experience they have, how much business acumen they have. Okay. So it's a hard question for me to answer because when I started in pest control, I knew how to do pest control. The pest control is the easy side. You read the label, follow the label, do what the label says, and you treat. The hard part is the business side.
Got it.
Okay, you don't hear about
just being a good technician doesn't make you a good business owner.
100%, 100% correct. It just doesn't. This one skill set does not transfer to the other.
Yeah.
So as you guys build your businesses, you got to put the right people in the right places and constantly evaluate as we're finding out and knowing, in our groups and things like that.
Yeah, sure. every franchise that's doing it different, but I'm seeing some people will just sell a franchise to anybody that has money to buy one that has no experience in pest control.
Right, because what they're doing for those models, the franchisor doesn't necessarily care about the quality of the product they're putting out. They are typically run by, let's say, a private equity group or somebody who's a bank. All they care about is the number of units sold.
Got it.
Okay, so if a pest control company is at $50,000 and they sell that franchise for that territory $50,000, the franchise, they do the best they can, and they collect a revenue of, let's say, 7% on that, and they do 100,000. So the franchisor now has gotten $50,000. In the first year, they got $7,000, so they have made $57,000 off of essentially air, because they're not putting anything forward that other than, here's the templates for our logo, here's what we recommend you do for advertising and things like that. And then the franchisee folds up in a year or 2 years. Then the franchisor says, oh, okay, so now we have this territory available for another $50,000.
Yeah, that's out of integrity, the ones that are doing it like that, in my opinion.
Yeah, but money is the root of all evils, right?
The love of money.
The love of money is
the root of all evil, right?
Right. So they have, because the larger companies have what do they have to answer to? Shareholders.
Right. So in that model, I'm not a big fan of it. I think that's out of integrity. I think to buy a pest control franchise is a little different than maybe other industries, maybe say buying a McDonald's or something like that.
It is, because we're regulated. So I'm against the industry in just selling people or franchises to people because they have a checkbook. And I've gone on record on other
they should have some experience,
interviews.
some technical knowledge before you just set them loose and say, here, go kill some. Here's a spray can, here's a franchise.
Right.
Good luck.
If you hired a technician and you gave him zero training and said, here's your B&G, go out and spray the base.
But isn't that what the franchise is supposed to bring to the table, is the training and the support and the knowledge? Isn't that the whole reason that you would even get with a franchise in the first place?
Yes, so in the franchise agreements that I've seen, you get 2 weeks of training. That includes your business training. That includes your branding, your marketing, your searching how to get new customers, and your field training.
Right. So in that model, I think me and you can agree that we don't particularly care for it, and maybe some integrity issues around that type of franchise.
I believe there are integrity issues, but there's integrity issues in no matter what industry you're in.
Sure. Another way I've seen people use franchising, which I think is a little more favorable in my opinion, is they'll be growing their business. They'll have a very talented technician or employee that they want to maintain, that express interest to them about having their own branch or growing. And I'll see them franchise out to a technician that's worked for them for 4 or 5 years, that shows talent. And it's a way to maintain that talent and to grow their company.
Grow the company and invest in your own staff.
Yeah, invest in your own staff. And kind of share everything with the people that are helping you build it,
so
right?
Pestmaster does that as well, or at least they used to. So if you're an employee of Pestmaster, you could, if you got to be with 5 years, I think, they allow you to buy a franchise at 50% the cost.
Oh, wow.
So it's, save you 25 grand, rough numbers. I don't know if they do that anymore because we're under the private equity group now. So I don't know.
Right.
I think it says it in my handbook or in my agreement.
Yeah.
But I'm grandfathered in.
So let me ask you a question personally. If you had Amy's Pest Control and you were not a Pestmaster franchise and you were having a lot of the same success that you're having today, would you consider doing your own franchise model and being a franchisor?
No.
No?
No.
Even though you've had so much success in your own franchise?
Correct.
Why?
Because I don't have the skill set to do the franchise.
I mean, you have a skill set to run a $7 million company.
I do, but I don't have the skill set and the patience to babysit a new franchisee, because it's like, I've gotten to the point in my career and my life now, it even happens with our staff. Why don't they get it? This is all you have to do and it could be as easy as filling out a report, the report correctly, and it's just a different mindset. I've kind of forgotten a lot of stuff that the
I mean,
new
you deal with
pest
those
control people
challenges
do.
very similar in your own business of having to do the training and hold accountability and, you know, building the systems. Why would it be any different if you were a franchise? It's the same thing that you provide.
Probably because
to
I had
somebody.
just had no interest in being, I love to be a mentor. I love to help people, but I don't think I could hold their feet accountable because it's like, it's a lot of paperwork. I mean,
Sure.
you're related to, you have to report to, I think the FDD is the Franchise Disclosure Documents regulated
Got
by
it.
the state.
Got it.
So each state has their own rules for a franchise
Got it.
and all that stuff. So it's a whole thing. I'm just not interested in franchise.
Understood.
I guess it'd be called franchise development.
So what's something unique that Pestmasters provided for you that helped you have more success than maybe some other franchises? that are out
Government
there?
contracting.
Government contracting.
We bought in 2000.
And by the way, if you don't know, Paul is the king of government contracts. I finally call him that. He doesn't like it.
I don't like
but
it because I'm not the king. But,
I think you are the king of government contracts.
well, I
man.
appreciate that, but there is somebody else out there. He knows who he is. I'm not gonna say his name, David Poplin, but
He does all right with it too.
yeah, no, David's good people. So, but no, it's a matter. It's a unique niche, and by having that niche, it separates us from 98% of the other companies out there, because you can have 10 pest control companies in Orlando, and they're all, and somebody in a phone company or the restaurant, the diner calls up and says, "Hey, I'm having 10 people come over and I want 10 quotes for pest control."
Right.
So you're gonna do it for 50, I'm gonna do it for 49, he's gonna do it for 48, he's gonna do it for 47. By the time the customer gets his bill, it's $27. What did we see today on the way to the grocery store? What was that sign?
We saw a pest control sign for a local pest control guy here in Orlando. It was $18 a month.
$18 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you
Let's
make
see
it?
some comments on that.
Yeah, I'd love to see what y'all thoughts are on $18
You know,
a month. And I don't know what frequency they were doing or whatever. And
But that's all
there's
we know.
loss
That's all the
leaders.
sign said was $18 a
Yeah.
month pest control. So we were talked about it. Obviously, maybe it's quarterly.
Still, either way, it's $18
$18 a month. That's $240 a year.
Yeah, either way
what
you
are you
slice it.
doing? What are you truly doing for the customer at $18 a month?
I don't know.
But it's all about integrity at the end of the day.
So with integrity, so Pestmasters gave y'all a very unique advantage because they had the playbook and the connections already with the government contracting.
Right. So
And
government.
that made a huge difference in how you grew your business and being in that sector because it's a very different sector to get in.
It is. So if you were to look at, and the way I've always described it to people is, okay, if you run your business on a three-legged stool, okay, just picture you're on a three-legged stool, and let's say you're doing a heavy termite, you're doing equal termite, equal residential, and equal commercial, right? So what happens in 2008 when the housing market crashed? What went away? All that termite pre-treat, all that termite
WDIR
work.
pre-treat.
Yeah, all those pre-treats went away. So the pre-treats went away. Now what are you standing on? You're on a two-legged stool. Can you go over there and sit in the kitchen on a two-legged stool?
Be risky.
What's going to happen?
You'll fall.
You're going to fall over, right? So we work on a four-legged stool. So we have residential, commercial, basically at this point it's like, I'll say wildlife and government contracting. Any one of those goes away tomorrow,
You're still standing.
we're still stable.
Government contracts, they gave you a big advantage, but aren't they a little more difficult to fulfill than regular contracts? There's a lot more involved. Like, I know you have like 7 different licenses that you have
Yeah, I
to
got a
have just
bunch
to
of
even,
licenses.
just to even bid on some of these contracts, right?
Yeah, you gotta have the licensing, you gotta have the product, or the equipment is a big
Yeah.
thing. Like list your equipment on the bid. I've seen bids for vegetation control along railroad tracks.
Wow.
Pestmaster used to have a high rail car.
Wow.
So they would literally hop on the rails and just cruise along.
Wow.
You know, these are the differentiators. I don't want to play in the same sandbox as all y'all. I just don't. Because I just don't. I don't. Why should I? And I'm not better than any one of you guys out there, but it's just a different mindset. If I can go to a bid, and let's talk about the diner again, 10 bidders, okay?
Yeah, commercials
race to the
become
bottom.
a race to the bottom. There's no loyalty there.
So, right. So,
although a lot of companies have a lot of success in the commercial sector doing that. They have their
do.
own way of doing it.
right, absolutely. And I don't judge them at all for that. Great. If that's your model, that's what you're good at,
Right.
go for it.
So
But the government contracts, I've seen contracts where it'll say on the government contract, it's a mandatory bid walk. Mandatory means you have to go to that bid walk. You've got to be at that meeting. And I'll show up there and I'm watching my watch or my phone. I'm checking time and checking time and checking time. And then boom, clock strikes 10 a.m. I'm the only one sitting in the room.
You win?
Then I go out on the bid walk with the other person, and then I submit my bid, and I'm the only bidder.
Wow.
So what do you think?
Is it because not a lot of people have the qualifications necessary to even be
They don't have
able to
they don't
bid?
know how to
They don't
fill out a
know
bid.
how?
So understand, how hard is it to fill out a residential contract? How many pages is that?
It's not very difficult.
One, right? Name,
Yeah.
address, price.
Right.
Government contracts, I've seen contracts 132 pages deep.
Oh, wow. So
Okay,
it's a
'cause you have
skill
a
set
lot
to
of
even be able,
regulations, you gotta
even
check
be able
this.
to bid on this is a skill set all in itself.
Exactly, and that's what we do on the side. We do that kind of stuff. We do.
Will y'all actually help other people bid and do? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, we have
That's
a side,
awesome.
we have a whole other business. That's all we do is do government contracting
That's
and
awesome, man.
facilitating for the smaller companies. You know, like that are like 3 employees, 5 employees that want to go after government work.
So that leads perfectly into my next question. I was going to ask if someone out there was interested maybe in playing in this sector and getting into government bidding, what would be the best way for them to go about doing that?
They can do all the research on their own, or they can hire me. And then what we do is we build out a database of all the government contracts that are available and agencies that are in their area. And then when those bids come up, we notify, let's say you're my customer.
Yes.
And I know I've sent you bids before.
Yeah.
I say, hey, this is coming up. This is the historical data on this contract, meaning the value of the contract. This is when it, or if, in our case with clients, we're forecasting. This bid's we expect this bid to come out in 3 months.
Got it.
We have your insurance already. We have all your banking information. We have your licensing already, and then we put the whole bid together.
Do all the
for you.
legwork, all the hard stuff.
We do all the legwork. All you got to do is provide us pricing and contract signatures.
And I'm sure you can even advise on pricing because of all your experience in the industry.
So
You can
yes
help
and
them
no.
get an idea of what they.
Yes and no. So we'll advise on it, but what it puts us in a bad spot because we had one contract that we did not advise the pricing on, but the client lost the $400,000 contract by $67.
Man, that's tough. So you have to be
$67.
It's kind of like giving stock tips, right? You got to be careful.
Right. So I say I don't know your market. I'm here to do all the legwork, and then you can you provide me the pricing that takes the knife out away from my throat if something happens.
Got it.
It's the pricing on you,
That's
brother.
a really cool service, Paul. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That
there's
really-
nobody else in the country doing it.
That's amazing. So if people want, I think so the best way if they really want to get into that sector and look at it is to call you and get in touch with you. How would they get in touch with you if they were interested?
They can my cell phone number is 845-629-4061.
Just want them to call your phone directly personally?
Yeah, man. That's all you gotta do is call my cell phone. I answer my cell phone.
You
24 hours a
still
day.
you still answer everybody that calls right now
Yeah,
today?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
They can hit me up on Facebook, Paul Alley Senior. You know,
Okay.
they can hit me up on that's
Call
about it.
Pestmasters New York and ask for you?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. You know this government stuff, it reminds me of
We
a
got
story.
48 government contracts right now
Golly, man. That's amazing.
that we're servicing ourselves. I got contracts in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I got some up in New Hampshire and stuff like
I
that.
did not know that, man. That's wow. That government stuff, when you sign them, aren't the contracts mostly for like 3, 4, 5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about every year chasing
Right,
them.
and they pay and they pay regularly.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
you know,
A great way to build your cash flow, to build your business, but also if you want to go into a new market, you could get one of these big commercial contracts, even if it didn't pay that well, and just use it as a filler to actually build off and do a residential play.
right, exactly. Because
Yeah.
most of the government contracts are not full-time, 40 hours a week. Although we have a bunch of them that are.
Yeah.
I got some that require five team members on it.
Yeah.
Just that one contract, 5 full-time.
Yeah, that
techs.
government stuff, man. I think I shared a story with you earlier, but it reminds me of Arkin after World War II.
Yeah.
They got all the government contracts, I think, in the country, and they were
all
the
the
biggest
housing
government.
and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
and that's really what kind of helped Arkin be what they are today.
Yeah.
Is by getting all the government contracts. And I think at one time they were the biggest government contractor in our industry for probably 20 years. And I don't think they are anymore. I don't know what happened. Do you know why?
I don't know. So what happens is the government
Because
has,
they're not, I don't think they're big in it like they once were.
No, but so what happens is-
Pestmaster is probably the biggest government player,
us
right?
or Dave Poplin. I
Yeah.
think Dave Poplin's overtaken Pestmaster now. We used to be the largest small business
And that's
control,
David
if we're
Poplin out
doing
of
G- if you're
California
doing federal
with
government work.
Legion, correct?
What's that?
That's David Poplin out of California with
Yes,
Legion.
yeah, CDS. So
CDS.
He's a great guy. But what it ends up being is there are what are called FAR regulations, Federal Acquisition Regulations. They want to offer this to a service-disabled veteran.
Got it.
Okay, that's David's wheelhouse. I'm not service-disabled veteran. Thank you for your service, everybody. That is, but that's kind of his niche. So he goes after those. And then there's stuff that's open bids. That's where you'll see the Orkins, the Terminexes go after these bids. But a lot of them are just small business set aside, which means if you're doing less than whatever it is now, I think it's $12 million a year, you're considered, in the eyes of the government, you're considered a small business doing $12 million a year.
Wow.
Once you hit that threshold, you can't bid on those smaller contracts because the government has set asides. We need this number of things to go to small businesses or minority-owned businesses.
Which is awesome.
It's absolutely awesome. So we kind of try to identify those, and we want clients that have those certifications, that are small business, that are minority-owned businesses, so we can help them play in the big field of government contracting.
Yeah. Wow, I love it, Paul. I think I love that you don't have to because you're so successful, but that you take time out of your busy life just to give back to help other people try to have success in the same lane and some of the same opportunities that you've had in government contracting, and using all your years of experience and just willing to help them do that.
Yeah, anybody who knows me knows I'm going to give you as much information as I can. I had a call the other day while I was sitting out down at my house down in Vero that, hey, I want to bid on this contract. Okay, when's it due? Tuesday. Okay, send me all the information. Sends me all the information over. We're on the phone for like 45 minutes, and I'm just reading through it. I was like, do you have this? Yes. Do you have this? Yes. This contract requires this. Do you have this? No.
Got it.
Okay. I guess, well, so we can't bid on it. And that ends the conversation right there.
Well, at least you stop them from wasting their time. Other than that, they might have wasted an hour, 2 hours of their time.
Oh, these bids take hours to put together.
Right.
They take hours, and that's why, we get paid to do what we do.
Sure.
But anytime anybody wants to call and just bend my ear a little bit, and we'll give you some information for sure.
Yeah. Highly recommended, guys. Yeah, if you're interested in government contracting, give Paul Elliott a call.
It's not as scary as you think it is.
Scares me a little bit.
It can be.
But
I mean, 24/7 response time, 365.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be a headache too. But if you
they can be more difficult accounts to service than regular accounts.
Right, but it's also unique opportunities. For example, there's this little moth called the gypsy moth, also called the spongy moth.
That's right.
We have an account that there's like 1,500 acres of trees at this facility.
Yeah.
And
let's tell them which facility it is, Paul.
I mean, West Point Military Academy.
Yeah, okay.
Which we've had for 25 years.
Yeah.
The trees are getting decimated the last 2 years in a row. 2 years decimated, just defoliated. It looks like February in Minnesota, these trees have no leaves on them in July. That's how bad these are. These are oak trees, pin oaks and things like that. Beautiful, beautiful trees. So they send over a service order and said, here, you got 3 weeks to get this done. You need to figure this out, how to get rid of these moths.
Wow.
1,500 acres of trees, dude. That's a lot of trees, right? Yeah. So, we gather the team around the campfire, and we start brainstorming, and we ended up getting it done by an aerial application with helicopters.
Wow.
So we had helicopters coming in and doing these.
So how many people get to do helicopter applications? That must have been exciting and fun and
dude, it was
interesting.
Awesome. It was awesome. They wouldn't let me fly in a helicopter though.
Did you tell them you were a fire chief?
I did tell them I was a fire chief. They didn't care.
They didn't
I even
care.
showed them my red lights and siren on my truck.
They didn't care. Huh?
Nope.
Oh,
nope.
man.
And yeah, they just wouldn't let me do it.
Yeah.
So, but we got the job done.
Okay.
What's
a helicopter pilot doing pesticide applications run these days? That couldn't have been cheap.
It was 6 figures.
Yeah.
It was 6 figures.
Were you able to pay the helicopter guy and still come out okay on the back end of something that big?
Oh yeah, we came out fine.
Oh, good.
That's where these government contracts come into play, and it's whether it's bird work, bat work, wildlife, putting up bird nets. We did a whole football stadium for bird netting because we had the contract already. Having the contract, they go to you. You're my guy. All they have to do is put a contract modification in to free up that money.
Got
You
it.
know, so we put bird netting on the entire West Point Stadium, Mikey Stadium.
Man, so you've got to do some exciting and fun stuff.
I've seen some cool stuff in pest control. I used to be a subcontractor for one of the big brands,
Yeah.
and we go to we're servicing all a national brand bank, all throughout the entire New York State region, in our Capital Region, Hudson Valley, into Manhattan, and we had to service everything, every ATM machine, all that stuff.
That's incredible, man. I want to switch gears just a little bit, though, because we could talk about government contracting all day. That's your world. And I think the best thing for anybody to do at this point, if they're interested, is literally just call you, and I highly recommend it.
Paul at pestmaster.biz.
Pestmasters.biz. Something else I admire about you that I've seen you do is, and I know this is something I think everybody would strive to want to do, is you've been able to create yourself a lot of freedom in your business, right? You have a large business. You just bought you a house in Vero Beach. Your business is in New York. Congratulations on the home.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful home.
Can't wait to have you and Sky over.
We'll be coming, man. It looks beautiful. Tell me what you do, and how long it took you to be able to have the type of freedom. Because I know you're still involved. I saw you working this morning on a Sunday on your laptop.
Right.
I know that you still work and you're very involved. But for the most part, you were able to travel. I know you just got back from a cruise and you went to Italy and everything.
For 10 days, yeah.
And I think that's what everybody's dream is. We go into business to provide for our families, but also I think everybody wants to have that freedom in their business. And you, one of the few people I know that's been able to pull that off. What have you done, and how long did it take you to get yourself to that point?
I think it took us a good 15 to 20 years to be able to pull it off. Don't get discouraged by that number. Because we live our life the whole time anyway. We're still traveling, we're just not traveling as much. Now we're aiming our empty nesters. So now we have time, we're able to go away more.
Got it.
And it was a team effort of getting there. We have a great operations manager. He's been with us 20 years.
Yeah.
And
you groomed and mentored him over that time?
He's groomed, we've groomed him, but he's taken a bull by the horns and learned so much to be able to help run the business. From an efficiency standpoint, that's where we're at with it. And
Wow.
it just allows us the freedom that we want to have.
Wow.
And then streamlining things in our office. I'm over here on SPCS software 10 years ago, doing paper timesheets, paper cards, and paper inventory. Everything's paper. And my wife comes in and she's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah.
So she creates all these different electronic ways of reporting that saves so much time and organizes everything better. So it's all.
Wouldn't you say Amy's the visionary of your
Amy is
company?
absolutely the visionary.
Yeah. So you may not like the title King of Government Contracts, but I think she's absolutely the undisputed Queen of Government Contracts.
She knows how to do all the billing.
I don't know any other lady in the industry that knows it like her, that can do these agreements and just.
Oh, absolutely.
Even the contacts she has now with all the government stuff. I mean, she's got to be
phenomenal.
the queen of the government.
Oh, she's
contract.
fantastic. She's absolutely. I wouldn't be here. We definitely wouldn't be here without her.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And has she worked with you in your business from the very beginning?
Absolutely. She worked with me before when we had that little candy shop back in the hometown Vero Beach. She worked there too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, side by side every day, whether she likes it or not.
She likes it or not. I hear a lot of guys that, I think they want their wives to come help them in the business, and they don't know how to get their wives enrolled or passionate about helping them in their business. But that wasn't your case. Amy was just from day one just
supportive. Supportive is the best thing.
She never had her own ambitions, because I know she has a little
girl. Oh, she did.
girl.
She just tabled them.
So she literally put her ambitions.
Yeah, for the betterment of
the business
us.
and the family.
Yeah, the betterment of the family. Yeah.
Wow.
I guess that's the best way to put it.
Wow, that's amazing, Paul. Well, Paul, this has been great, man. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you spending some time with me today.
My pleasure, man. I always love hanging out with you.
Yeah, I love it. Here in Pest World, what's something I always like to ask that you would advise the young and upcomers, maybe somebody wanting to get in government contract, maybe somebody that wants to be that $7 million company one day, they're out there, they may be doing $1 million, they got $3, they want to be like you, man. They want the freedom, they want to do it with government contracting. What's some advice? Call me. Besides call you, what's some practical advice you'd give to this person?
Don't give up. That's basically it. Put the right people in the right places.
Got it.
And if it's not the right person, don't settle.
Would you say that's been one of your big keys to your success, is getting rid of the wrong people quick and putting the right people in place?
No, I'm slow to fire and slow to hire, and I need to be quick to fire and quick to hire.
So even with all your success and everything, you're still learning
Every
and
day.
still getting
I'm learning
better.
stuff. I learned stuff yesterday and today. We kind of hang out with you.
Yeah, awesome.
You know,
awesome.
so
That's why we're here in Pest World. We're all trying to grow and be better, man.
That's it.
You never
That's
stop
it.
learning.
Yep,
I
don't
think when
give
you
up.
stop learning, that's when you get in trouble, right?
I have a saying, and it's basically, if you want to conquer the island, burn the ships.
Burn the boats.
Burn the boats.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Well, Paul, thank you guys. Again, we're here at Pest World in Orlando 2025. Paul Alley. If you got any value in any of this content or liked anything that we said, please like and subscribe. Y'all go kill it out there, guys. I'm Jarrett with Main Street Mogul. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed day and hope to see y'all out here at Pest World.